Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. Coming out with it, it's Ballard. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Coming out aggressively. Pulls it in on the right. They got him free for a big gainer.
That's a great job getting the first down by that guy. He's a big-time weapon. He's got the speed. He's got everything you look for in a wide receiver. And it's funny, you think about Ohio State football. Back in the day, Woody Hayes running the ball 3 yards in a cloud of dust. But recently, they've been recruiting playmakers at the receiving position because this offense has changed. It's now up-tempo. They're now throwing the ball vertically down the field. And they've had so many guys go in the first round in recent years.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. And I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of a guy I played against back in the gig.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
Sometimes you beat your guy and you get sacked so clean, and sometimes, like on this play, the DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets home.
And after that punt, that's where they'll mark it. It'll be just inside the 35-yard line. First down for this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got a man, it's Williams. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Every good quarterback is first a game manager. At Alabama, that used to be sort of a label of derision, but now they're not only that, they're looking deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trusting your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Third and short coming here right from the midfield stripe. To the air. It's Milroe. A little release to the back. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. On fourth down, looking for the completion. He'll try to do it himself. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
Well, it looked like that might be the first touchdown of the game, but what a great job by the defender, seeing the football and swatting it away.
Back to the line after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 37. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
He'll take another shot here. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The option look. The pitch. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
And you could tell he trusted himself. He thought he could take off, get that first down. Just a little too much speed on that defense. They closed that gap so quick.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. And this crowd is losing it, frenzied after the back-to-back sacks. 3rd and long coming up. Pocket starts to collapse. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
That's why, as a defense, it's so important to win early downs. You win 1st and 2nd down, you set up 3rd and long. Now you can pin your ears back and get after the QB.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Here comes that Alabama offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
I understand the quarterback wants to get this dominant wide receiver the ball as often as possible, but I wouldn't try to get it to him in double coverage. I think you have to let the defense's coverage dictate who gets the ball. There was somebody else open on that play.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Milroe. Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Listen, I know DBs don't catch the ball real well, but to be a defensive back, it's one of the hardest positions in football.
How about this? A fake. The sweet feet buy a little time. And it works if he can get the first down. And they caught them with their drawers down as the throw and catch picked up the first down on the fake.
Man, that is awesome. That gets the juices going. That gets everybody excited. You work on these fake punts all the time, but you don't call them all the time. But the coach saw something, executed it perfectly, called it at the right time, and got a shot in the arm, get some energy, snap it into the up back, completing the pass.
Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
This dude will pick you apart if you give him time. You better get to him. You better make him feel uncomfortable. This defense did that. Nice job by the defense, hurrying the quarterback through his thought process.
Fires to the right. Pulls it in. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. He'll set up to throw. Floating away. Looking for the score. Throw into the end zone. It's picked off. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
It's a good young lesson for all young receivers out there. Never jump up and down waving your hands trying to get the attention of the quarterback, because guess what? All you're doing instead is getting the attention of the defense. They're able to run over and get the INT.
Makes the catch. It's Judkins. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Looking for more room. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Looking downfield, it's Milroe. Lets it fly. Got his man. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He wants to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama!
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense gets the stop, gives it back to the offense. You march down the field, you score. They are in a great rhythm now on both sides of the ball.
He wants to throw it. Now improvising. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That keeps the score Alabama 6, Ohio State 0.
This is ultra aggressive. Still in the first half, got the lead and going for the onside kick. And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on first down. Steps away. Looking down the left side. And it's caught! Touchdown Tide!
Sometimes you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. And you could see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
He's got it. Two-point try is good as they build on this lead. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. They're just about ready to kick it away. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to end. And it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Boy, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Using his legs to buy some time. Gets rid of it. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back. After the misfire, now on second down. To throw, it's Milrow. Scrambling away. Trying to escape and get it himself. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll give it another shot on second and goal from the 4. Now on the move. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther. They love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's third and goal. Quarterback keeper. And they get him down.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too. And you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got to...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama!
And how about this offense? A big situation on 4th and goal, and you trust your running back. You trust your offensive line. You trust the physicality of this unit, and they reward that trust, and they punch it in for 6.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game, and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Got his man to the left. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I think the open...
Hit the gas, kid. What? Continues to fight for yards. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. He's brought down after a good return. Gets it out to the 31. Here comes that Alabama offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Safe completion on the screen. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit them for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Looking downfield, it's Milrow. Pressure coming. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Fires left. Oh, he just dropped it so close to his second interception of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. On the option. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Turning and firing back to the right, that's risky. Fires it into a crowd, and it's picked off. Takes it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his second pick thrown in this game.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Got it in the middle, it's Henderson. Discards him with the stiff arm. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up. Looking to move it through the air. Throws for the tight end. Working on the right. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! What a catch and run for 6.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. Looking for an alley from inside his own 20. He's brought down after a good return, gets it out to the 31. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, on this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He's going to fire to the left. And it's caught inside the 25. He was off to the races and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. He'll come out throwing on first down. Moving away from pressure. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Crimson Tide!
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. To the air, it's Milrow. Buys a little time with his feet. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
The attempt at the two-point conversion is no good. That keeps the score Alabama 27, Ohio State 14.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Trying to find his man on first down. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Flying out to the left. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ohio State.
How about the bomb? The Hail Mary coming out, and the offense executes it great. They throw the ball deep. Where's the defense? Man, you know this ball is going deep. You know they need it. They got to have it. And the defense just doesn't play great, doesn't get to the football to make a play.
So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break.
27, Ohio State 21.
The Buckeyes will boot it away to start the second half. Caught inside the 20, chance for a good return. He's brought down after a good return, gets it out to the 31. Here comes that Alabama offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, Ben. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because of the...
He lets it fly. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the third quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
The offense with a major gamble here. Go fake spike now, looking to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Coming after it. And he's sacked. A big play on fourth down to stop this drive.
And listen, obviously, you know, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on.
Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. Crosses midfield. The 30. He's at the 20. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. And the sudden change situation even more difficult for this defense facing a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Forges ahead for one to the 8-yard line. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. On the option. Now the toss. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Fires into the end zone. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Yeah, and he calls his own number, tries to go get the 1st down, but he just couldn't get to it. Nice job by the defense, locking in, not letting him get that extra couple yards that he needed to get the big 1st down.
Pulls his way forward. Runs ahead and powers his way 4 yards out to the 30. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down and 2nd and 6. Dropping back, it's Howard. Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it left. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
You know, these throws to the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. He's got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. You didn't see it there from the QB.
The Buckeyes decide to punt it away. A low line drive and not his best work. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field.
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity. Offense set on 1st down. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback.
I got to tell you, man, I'm impressed. Not with the throw, not with the decision, but how the offense flew around after the interception, getting to the ball, David, and creating that fumble.
And I think the QB breathing a big sigh of relief. You thought you made a game-changing pick, but how about flying to the football, like you said, making the tackle, getting the football out, recovering it, and, you know, getting a 1st down. That's how you do it.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
He caught it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! Somehow, they got up off the deck, and they got back in the game, and they're all tied up. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
No, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fair catch called for and made. Here comes that Alabama offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play.
And it's picked off for the 4th time today. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. You talk about being handed a chance on a silver platter. 1st and goal from the 3. Let's it fly. Throw to the end zone, picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back to its own.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there. I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better.
It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a 1st down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed it.
Going up top. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Well, that just shows you how much this quarterback trusts his baller wide receiver. He was double covered on that play, and still the QB tried to force it over to him.
No gain on 1st down after the incompletion. Now 2nd and 10 from the 40. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Well, no doubt that was the primary target the quarterback wanted, just not on the same page on that one.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Back to pass, it's Milroe. Looking left. Wide open downfield. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. Alabama quickly back to the line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was
looking for the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
What a play by the defender there, guys. In his own end zone, the offense has taken a shot, and if that defender was just one step behind, that would have been a touchdown. But the hit forces the incompletion.
The play-action fake. Fires on the move. It's caught downfield. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Miller with the ball. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bama! And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He finds the end zone for the 2, and now the lead is 7. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Ballard. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out in the end zone and came up a little short. This should be the last play of the quarter. Going up top on first down. Finds the tight end. At the 35, he's loose. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this third period with a big play.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Alabama 35.
First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And after making the interception, a terrific return to put his offense in great field position at the 42. Line gets set, first down. Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. Incomplete and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that? It'll be second down.
That play call is going to force a lot of people to scratch their heads because you've got the lead late. Why aren't you just running the ball? When you throw, you risk having interceptions like that right there. That should have been picked.
Deep shot for the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
Well, the defense is starting to figure it out, I think. It's taken them some time. This guy already has 2 touchdown catches. That time, though, they were in a better position in coverage to force the incompletion.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And it's incomplete as he tried to thread that needle to the back corner of the end zone.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Getting some heat. He's not afraid to go deep. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. On first down, here comes this offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Looking for a huge play. And he throws another interception. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
And that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing number 1. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it.
He lobs one high down the left side. And he reels it in at the 15-yard line. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Trying to get to it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, this quarterback's already taken a couple shots from the pocket. There's another one right there that affected his accuracy on that throw.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
I'll tell you, as a quarterback, it's going to be hard throwing the ball over the middle of the field against this defense because these D linemen are huge and they've got long arms. That was like trying to throw over a 10-foot tall person. Nearly impossible.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And into the end zone. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. And again, he gets nothing. This defense is not giving up anything on the goal line. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. Off the play fake. Quarterback moving. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown time!
In a 4th and goal situation, bring in the beef. The goal line package, all the heavy guys, the tight ends, and just pound the rock when you need it. Running back falling forward, getting the touchdown. Offense just went big on your booty.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. A 69-yard touchdown drive, and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, I should have...
What a snag by the defense. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shot.
And it's caught at the 10. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. Alabama pushing the tempo. Wants to throw. It's Milroe. Fires to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Alabama!
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
On the move. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The 2-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. We've got a timeout from the kicking team. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to... It's loose. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. He's going to pass. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Open space at the 25. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
Getting set for the point after.
On for the extra point.
It's a fake. Holder looking to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
No good. That keeps the score Alabama 48, Ohio State.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Number 38 set to kick this one away.
Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. Nice return there, and he'll be dragged down at the 34. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and...
Gonna let it fly. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. No huddle here for the offense. To the air on first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. With the catch, it's Simpson. At the 45 on his way. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give him a first down.
This is so interesting right now, watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is even bigger.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg. 50+, and he did it with ease.
The last thing you want to do here is give up a big return, pin them back, and then the defense can just stop them from scoring a touchdown. And he's coming out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're
trying to get behind the defense. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Bringing it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Dropping back, it's Milroe. Fires deep on the run. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And he is brought down after the interception, and the clock strikes 0 here in the 4th quarter. Scoreboard operator got a workout in this one. Fun game for us to watch, but they can't come up with the W.
Yeah, and it's a team game, right? The offense did...
We We see a lot of games like this in college football when both offenses are just trading blows back and forth, and it just comes down to which defense can get a stop. And unfortunately for the losing team, they just were not able to get it done.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports.